I've been wanting to do this one for a long time. This is the Sig Sauer SG553P. It's Swiss. Can't go wrong with a Swiss gun. I did a video on the Big Brother version of this about a year ago, and I called it If Rolex Made a Rifle. Essentially, if Rolex were to make a rifle, it would be this particular gun. Now, and this is no different. It's just a different model of tactical Rolex. These are one of the guns where I wanted it almost purely because of the way it looked. I get a lot of my motivation for guns from movies. I'm unapologetic about it. If I see a gun in a movie and I don't have it and I like it, I'm like, ooh, I want that one. And then I'll try to figure out a way to get it. So this one has been on my list for a while. I don't even remember the movie where I saw it. I just remember seeing it and be like.
Before you finish watching this video, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, We the People Holsters. We the People Holsters is the kiss of Kydex holsters. Keep it simple, stupid, and more affordable than other offerings while still getting the job done. That is, unless you're a little extra and like having fancy prints on your holsters, because they can accommodate your tactical narcissism too. The world of holsters can become overwhelming very quickly, and not everyone wants to spend $100 on a holster for each one of their guns. So, if that's you, be sure to check out We the People Holsters. And thank you, We the People Holsters, for sponsoring the channel. All the ammo used in this video was brought to you by Noir, maker of the most innovative, most accurate, and most effective bullets and ammunition in the industry.
I love the aesthetics of that rifle. I genuinely do. And what I didn't realize is when I got it, that I would also love the way that it's shot. So, you know how they say don't meet your heroes? This is kind of one of those rifles, and this is kind of not one of those rifles, and here's why. I love the way this rifle looks. There are people who really think this rifle looks disgusting, or it's like, meh. I think anybody who doesn't like the way this rifle looks probably wears Christmas sweaters in the middle of the summer in Texas. I think, objectively, this is one of the best looking rifles ever. Yeah, I said it. I said it. It's as subjective as it is. It's like an AK with a little bit of AR. You know, I said the same thing in the last video when I did the Bigger Brother, because it is a long stroke piston system, and it rocks, magazines rock in like an AK, as you can see here. I can couple the magazines. It has the magazine paddle release here. It just, everything is big and clunky and just, God, I love the way this gun shoots. And it's not even that it shoots like incredibly flat. That's not what it is. It's just the recoil impulse in this gun is so predictable that I don't have to do anything. That's what it does. It's stupid. It just kind of dances in a little circle. And you can feel that you can feel that piston just going back and forth, but it's so predictable that I freaking love it. And all I want to do whenever I shoot this gun is just mag dump on target. Man, I need more ammo. Let me get some more ammo. Give me a second. Yeah, it was. The thing about this gun is they are not readily available because they have to be imported. They're currently imported by a good friend of mine by the name of Dave Wagner from JDI Imports, and he imports these in batches. So you kind of have to like wait for the drop. They're kind of like Supreme releases, right? Like they'll drop and then people will scoop them up and then they'll disappear. And then there'll be another drop and then they'll scoop them up and then they'll disappear. Because there is a huge fan base for these rifles. Largely because, one, they aren't readily available like an AR-15 and so forth and so on. And it makes for a great departure, a refreshing departure from the typical AR-15s and AK-47s. This sits in between. It's exceedingly better built than an AK while having a lot more personality than an AR-15. And I love ARs. I freaking love them. But this here has a personality, or as they like to say, the je ne sais quoi. I'm telling you, man, this thing, it just sits, just bounces, just that little tight circle. Now, the gun's heavy. It's overbuilt, so it's heavy. And then I made it worse by adding this quad rail system. This actually comes with like polymer frames, polymer grips. I took those off and put these on, thinking I was gonna sexy it up. I was gonna put a light and pads and switches and all of that great jazz and lasers. I did that and I realized it just made this gun way too heavy and less enjoyable. So I took them all off, and I almost might be going back to the polymer grips as well, just because that look is so clean and effortless, and gives me a little bit, takes away a little bit of that weight that I feel with this here. The gun will run hot up here, largely because we're out here in the Texas sun, so it does that. But, I love this thing, man. I so badly want to make this like a go-to rifle. Like, I really was gonna do that. And I had to be honest with myself and say, it's not really feasible. At least for me, considering the options that I have. I need to put an adjustable stock on here. This does fold, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. This thing is brutally functional when it's by itself. But when it comes to the ergonomics and the features that you usually get with an AR-15, I'm gonna pick an AR-15 over this. However, I do really enjoy this gun. I love the way the grips look. I just don't really, I'm not the biggest fan of the angle of the grip. I think it's a little too aggressive. The trigger is something that I did not like initially, but then I started liking it, and let me show you why. As you can see here, you got this little trigger stop back here, and then you have the trigger, so it's a very smooth trigger. You get this break here, and that's a wall. The wall's not very definable, and there's almost like a false wall. There's a wall here that feels like it's a wall, and then you have that. It's almost like you have two walls. Actually, there's like three walls to this trigger. You got the first one, you got this, 1, 2, 3, like this. But when you start running it, and you run it without thinking about it, and you sweep past those walls, the trigger just glides. Just glides. It's like just watching a ski. So it's like watching a skier just go downhill. It just glides so effortlessly smooth. I freaking love it. More ammo. All right. So another thing that makes this thing very AK-like is, of course, the charging handle. Charging handle is reciprocating. Some people hate that. I genuinely don't like a reciprocating charging handle. However, on this gun, it doesn't bother me. I said it in another video of the bigger brother. A lot of times I don't even realize the charging handle is actually reciprocating because I'm so enamored by how the gun shoots. I just enjoy shooting so much that the talking is just interrupting my shooting experience, honestly. This is a fun gun. It's a fun gun, and the thing about it is it's very multifaceted from the standpoint that, yes, it's a very functional gun. The Swiss use this gun. A lot of them have this gun because it is their version of what we consider our AR-15. Now, that being said, I mean, it still has a collectability aspect to it. It has just the inherent fun of shooting it aspect of it. And then just the inherent beauty of it, the way it looks, to me, it's just so killer. I will say I'm not a fan of the safety. Safety, and the reason I'm not a fan of the safety is that there's nothing wrong with the safety, but because of the aggressiveness of this angled grip, I have a hard time reaching it with my thumb. So I don't know if that's the safety or my hobbit-sized hands that I like to refer to. And that's another thing. This thing, it's so balanced that you can drive the gun very accurately from target to target without kind of overshooting the target. Like if I'm gonna go from target to target, you'll hear boom, boom, boom. Like it just drives. Like I love it. I need more ammo. Hold. Let's see. Let's do that again. Let's do it again. love shooting this thing so much. God damn, I love this gun. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Let's blast this in here. Man, to this day, I remember seeing this for the first time, seeing this platform in Houston. And I remember it caught my eye then. And then after I saw that movie is when I said, I absolutely have to have it. Now, because there's not a lot of them available and the people that have them don't sell them, it's not cheap. You're looking anywhere from 35 to 5,000 in order to get your hands on one of these bad boys. And then that's assuming you can get it whenever they get a drop. And they make this in 7.62 by 39, they make it in 300 blackout. I want one of these in the 300 blackout tan version, to be honest. I'm not at the point I'm ready to pony up for it, but this thing here it's just, there's no rhyme, there's no reason for it. You just like it. And I think you really only understand that if you're a gun person. And I'm not even just a gun person, but a gun enthusiast. Because you hit a point where you're like, you could find reasons to buy guns without even thinking. And then sometimes you don't even really know why you want it, you just want it, all right? And I think what makes purchases like that with firearms so easy is because even though I can go and just buy a firearm without any true reason for getting it, it still has a functional utility. It still can serve as something that protects my life. It's still something that I can use and go hunt with if I needed to. And do a bunch of other things, my recreation and all of those things. So, and then on top of that, if I really wanted to go ahead and sell it, it holds its value relatively well. So making these kind of impulse purchases on firearms to me makes a lot of sense. You'd be hard pressed to find any other thing that you can just make impulse purchase on that give you the functionality of a firearm while still giving you the satisfaction of going out and shooting, enjoying and looking at it and just enjoying it for what it is. I love this thing. I have no idea where it fits in my collection. I have no idea what its purpose is. I thought I would make it like a go-to. It doesn't really fulfill that space because I have things I do better than that. However, sometimes I just walk into my gun room and I see this sitting there and I'm like, I want to shoot that today. And so that's what I do. The SG553P. Now I gotta pick up all these goddamn magazines. Thanks a lot, Peter.
Guns aren't political. That's why I need your help getting this message to spread on YouTube by clicking the thumbs up button, leaving a comment to let me know what you think of the video, then subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, click that bell symbol. For products featured in this video, click the links in the description.